Peace, y'all. We live. This is a impromptu live that me and Dojo decided to do just so we could like piggyback off of each other with the ideas that we came up with this rising.
Peace to the chat. Peace to whoever catch the live. You catch it now or catch it later, but she's definitely right. It's all improv too, and it's based on awareness. And the awareness of the illusion. I was talking to Nikki C this morning. She was like, you know, what I mean, as I was rejoicing because the truth is in her. You know, like there's, I think about the illusion is it's always going to be an illusion. The illusion is to make sure that you don't know how to generate the illusion yourself. And so they use biometric data engagement to break your illusion in order to give you the illusion. The simulation doesn't have source. So since the simulation cannot gain source, it uses your methods of creating the illusion for your reality as source. This is why everything is all chaotic right now. It's considered nervous system manipulation. When you research a gentleman by the name of Robert Moore, he did a journal on a topic called Loosh harvesting. Loosh, Losh harvesting by Robert Monroe will indicate a couple of things. How the illusionary construct is the system. But the thing is, though, they use the word illusion like we're not supposed to operate from one. You can't, if you live in reality and you do have your own reality, that's your illusion. It's 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 so like elusive to the point where even the Maya knew this. I'm gonna pass it back to Nikki.
Wow, that's deep. Well, what you're saying is basically we create our own illusion is synonymous with creating your own reality, which we do that every day without knowing that we're creating our own reality until we get to where we are in our thought process as we are speaking on now. Um, my actual awakened thought was, I don't know why this came in my head about Us, the movie Us, and how it was the shadows. And I guess I just needed to talk about shadow self today because at some point I didn't know a thing about shadow until I did the shadow work some years back. And I started really digging deep into my subconscious and deep into what made me the way I am and what made me feel certain ways and what, my triggers are and all these things which allow me to be who I am today and be able to have more control over myself and more understanding of what I am and who I am. So I don't know if that's taking it somewhere else, but that's those are my thoughts.
No, it's all it's all the same. One of my one of my best punchlines that I like to use all the time is that uh, you know, I'm the whole cloth, or we're the whole cloth. We're not
Mm-hmm.
cut from any cloth, right? There's when they what man will do, man will give it to you in systematic forms. Man will tell you that this is a system and these are steps, or this is that and this is this. Man will always give you something cut. The mankind will never give you something whole. So when they tell us unconscious, subconscious, conscious, all that, it's whole. It's all you. When they say that you're aware, you're unaware, you're knowledgeable, you're ignorant, or it's the shadow you, it's all you. And so when we start to realize like our shadow self is not a part of us, it is us, we start to realize why we neglect and why it's difficult to like accept reflections being that we're all like mirrors, mirror mirror on the wall, we're all but yet when we can accept the reflections, then we realize from others, because it lets us know who our shadow selves really are. What you hate comes from your shadow self. What you despise comes from your shadow self. You have to be able to accept those things in order to say, I'm complete. I'm whole now. No matter what, when we lash out at negative things, negative outcomes occur. The conditions of negative outcomes become emotional states, wrongdoings. It becomes a food chain. Some say a food chain for reptilians. Some say we become so hyperdimensional that our energy can be seen when we can't. You know what I mean? This is the same as what I'm mentioning when we was talking about mind control, loose harvesting, your shadow being. They use all these concepts against you. It's all you. When we all realize that it's just us, then we'll start realizing like they've built these constructs in order for us to like not remember. You know what I mean? Awareness is our last defense, our very last one.
Part. That part. That part. A long time ago, it was we knew that it was a war for our mind. We knew that we were at war. Even since we all just first got together, we knew that. So, and it was crazy because before I even got up with y'all, the shit that I was going through in my life, I started realizing it. I started having a realization that it was all about them being able to get into our heads. I didn't know this before, but I started realizing it because I had a few situations where I had to speak on it, like tell them, like, you can. I was actually arrested. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I got arrested because someone stole my identity and had me get caught up in some type of, they thought it was me. And then when I got there and they showed me the picture of the person they arrested, I just started laughing. I don't look nothing like this person. So basically what happened was I was being transported to get an x-ray, and I was on the back of a golf cart or whatever. And instead of me just being able to sit on the seat, the officer tried to hold this jumpsuit that I had on and hold it. He's in the front seat, I'm on the back of it, and he's holding me and it's choking me. And I was like, you choking me. This dude was like, basically didn't care. Once we got to the destination, I was really upset. I got off and he was pointing and doing all this. I said, I'm not an animal. You could talk to me like a human being or whatever. So then I go in there and I get x-rayed or whatever. Then it's time for me to go back. So this dude, I told him I wasn't riding on that cart because he not going to be choking me. Straight up. I'm just a gangster anyway. I said, I'm not riding on that. And I walked back to where I was. Then they basically told me I couldn't come back out. I had to just stay in my where I was housed at or whatever. But I told him on my walk back, I said, you can put me in these cuffs, you can do all you want to do, but you can't have my mind. And that's what I told him. That was the message I spoke out my mouth. And at that moment, I knew I was powerful because he bowed down to me. They didn't do nothing to me except told me I couldn't come back out. And these are the times where I was leading up to where I am now, leading up to you guys. I yield.
Yeah, that was fire. That was really fire. Yeah, so much so that it like many people want like they want proof or they want to believe to the point where it's like you can tell the arrogance of a person when it comes to like themselves, whether the case may be if they want to believe what you just said or not. Most of the stuff don't even need belief. Just if it resonates with you, then it was meant for you to hear at that moment. Like I'm still against the things traveling. Some of us are saying that stars are so far that light travels. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing traveling. Nothing's traveling. Everything is happening to you right now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they have patents on, and they've had them since 2002. I have the patent numbers and everything. I even have the visual representation of what I'm discussing. But they use weaponry for nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. That patent is the patent number US 6506148B2. All you have to do is look up nervous system manipulation, and it will show you since 2002 how they had these patents to use the TV monitor, right, to psychologically affect our how we observe our natural reality on human subjects in response to stimulation of the skin and any other electromagnetic field. What I'm trying to say is that not only did the patent work so well, but they've turned the TV into the mobile phone, into the mobile phone. And so now that we understand that the nervous system is being manipulated by your mobile phone, which some of us will say, I already knew that, but still use the mobile phone, right? You have to realize that what we use the mobile phone for has frequencies embedded in them that we can't hear, see, smell, or even none of it, right? And that's what's causing the interruption to you being elusive. Awareness is our last defense, right? Right. This this mind control shit has been so crazy that it's like almost impossible to believe it. The illusion has no source. What they project, which of their illusion, has no source of its own power. So in order to fucking create and maintain the conditions of their systems, they generate the illusion for us because their illusion needs participants. We're the source to their illusion. And the only way to break out of their illusion is to create our own. Is to create your own. They don't want us to know this. They don't want us to know that they have no power when you're fully mindful. How Nikki was breaking it down when she started to realize, like, yeah, he has control of my body right now, or basically the situation, but he does not have control of my mind. You create the illusion. If not, then you are a participant of one. Understand? It's really easy to really get at. The parasitic forces only matter because we operate as a participant in their illusions. That's exactly what it is. The government, everything, all that shit they show on TV, Project Bluebeam, everything they're talking about is just to be elusive.
Wow. So what's this shit about this three? What is this third eye thing that they got going on? I forgot what they called it.
That 3-eye atlas. How some 3-eye atlas is third eye attack. When you break down the etymology of 3-eye atlas, you'll end up with third eye attack. Like, there is no object, word object meaning that it matters, that it has weight to it. Matter doesn't exist, vibration does. They want to tell us matter so we don't learn too much, so we won't learn more about vibration. There's no such thing as matter, because vibration is what becomes so dense that it becomes a living thing. You have to realize that your entire body itself, they would say, well, it's matter. You wait, step on the scale. Nah, because if you got cut, sliced, or even punctured all the way through, everything inside of you will begin to it'll feel it, because it's all living. Some will say cells. You're all living matter. Living matter, meaning that you're nothing but condensed vibration. That's all that is. And so it's like the 3-eye atlas is more of a third eye attack. You know what I'm saying? On vibration. You have so many TikTokers and people coming out of everyone whooping. It's going to be here. How are you calculating dates when something is supposed to enter the atmosphere? For one, if 3-eye atlas is such a thing that it's already been in the atmosphere, meaning that as soon as we started to recognize or put our attention to what they're discussing, that's when our perception began to realize their illusion. The perception is what it's at. It's all perception. Truth is how you perceive it, like visually. Let me see. Where's let me look at this. You got me in my bag today. Yeah. This one, you got me in my bag. Like for real. Check this out. Let me see. Right? I got to look. When we look at it like this, right? That right there. So that center point right? That the dot in the middle is the center. Some would say that that's the 0 point. Some will give you that's your core. That would say the circle around the dot. Some would say that's your aura. Some would say that's your aurora. Excuse me, your aura, right? That's your radius. That is nothing but a radius. The circle around your 0 point. The 0 point, your circle around your 0 point, which is your, some would even call it your electromagnetic field. That circle around your 0 point. Just remind yourself that you are the 0 point. You are the transmutation circle. You're the center of your radius. Now, when I do this, that's a radius, and that's a radius, right? And that's a radius. The thing about those, my camera. The thing about those three radius, you see that there's not touching. But when you do this, like the flower of life, or
Yeah.
mitosis, or cells, those radiuses are overlapping. You can also call the radius reality, right? So when you look at this, you see three realities overlapping, meaning that all three realities are integrated with each other, no matter what. Something happens to this radius, the other two radius will be affected by it. Not in this concept, though. Whatever happens to this radius in this reality, these two realities don't understand it, don't feel it, don't even are not affected by it. This is the same concept as saying what you perceive won't be the same as the people or the strangers you're with day to day in your life, because this is life, all different realities, meaning the possibilities are going to always be different for each of us in this case. But when we're in this case, right, the possibilities may seem different, but we all can be affected by one outcome. It makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? But
Perfect.
you got me in my bag. You got me in my bag, and that's how I know it's the truth resonating. Definitely. So I haven't even had a chance to even get up to wipe my face, the boogers on my eyes. I woke up to the text. Nikki was dropping some heavy gems in the text, and I just started flaming on. That's how I know where I belong. Are you?
Those parts, that part, you know what I mean? It's like when you don't resonate with somebody and they not resonating with what you're talking about, then that means that they don't have no place in your life. And that is what I be trying to explain to people. No matter how people want to be somewhere or whatever, it just don't matter, because everything goes is in harmony when you're supposed to be somewhere. When you're not supposed to be somewhere, then there's all these different clashes of ideas and thought processes and mentality. So at that point, everything is distorted. That's what I was explaining. You
Definitely.
receive the distortion when it ain't supposed to be, when it's not flowing.
It's not flowing because people want to resonate with one truth, and when we go places where we don't feel the welcome, it's a perspective thing. Like when we look at this, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's that's a truth, right? When I
Right.
look at this, that's also a truth, because they're both the same thing. When you do this, this is also a truth. It's just how you see it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a
Mhm.
perspective thing, but it's still the totality of truth. They're all the same. It's just from the view of it, how you're seeing it. This is from the top down, from the side, and this is more of a 90-degree angle. But they're all the same thing. It's all true. But when we start to clash and we start to like, well, I want to do, but we won't. We're only seeing the perspective of a truth, not the whole truth. If that makes sense. It's They're there looking at me on my whiteboard and everything. We going in.
What's up? Knowledge.
What's up, Kate? You in the hills?
Peace, peace.
Y'all
Yeah,
not about to
man.
sleep like me. I got caught in my friend. Then I went out there and hit some tree up.
Yeah,
Man,
nah, man. You know, I've been working all night, man. So I
facts.
said let me come through. And so I figured out my schedule now, man. So it looks like we might have to take a pause on the late shows for the next couple months, and we might have to do early shows like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So It's gonna have to work better. I'm gonna have to come up with a name for it and everything. Yeah, they done changed my schedule, man. They got me on 5 days a week now, and I'm off on the weekends. The weekends we can do the late shows, but we're gonna have to start doing early shows. I guess they're bringing that early audience.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Early bird gets the worms. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So we got to keep switching it up, keeping it hot for them. But man, I've been so busy, man, working on all types of shit. Like I dropped a whole reggaeton album. Now I gotta drop each song individually. Man, I'm mastering the blues and the Sir Drop and Nikki C song that I'm about to drop. Like so much I'm doing, man.
Me and Sir Drop gonna be on the same song?
No, I got separate projects dropping.
Shit. I think it's gonna be a duet. Shit.
Hey, but now, Sir Drop, if you still out there, man, if you send me some lyrics, I can tie them in with Nikki C shit, and we could do a collab. Sir Drop, just send me something because I'm doing something with what you already sent me. So if you send me something, I could throw it in with Nikki C. Hell, Dojo, if you send me something, I could throw it in. I mean, because I got a lot of material for Nikki C right now. So
Straight up, Quentin, we know that. That's what I'm saying. Like they just saying the same thing, man. They still on the conversations that they want us to be on, like reparations and all that junk.
yeah, man,
Straight up. Shout out to
that
Sensei
same
Q
old
in the
washed
building.
up bullshit. They
It's always
talking
gonna be
about
that.
that.
That's them generating that illusion. It's like, come on now. Well, you know what I mean? One thing that shock all these people, that all rabbit holes lead to the same exit. They all do. Meaning that all this shit that they
Facts.
put here, from all these demigods, from trying to become a god, from trying to look at ancient temples, all this shit. I mean, every motherfucking rabbit hole leads to one exit. And that's what keeps their ass traumatized. They traumatized by that shit because they have to learn to accept their shadow selves in order to say that I'm going to exit in the first place. That's where that comes from. And so when they start to realize, like, all of them, I don't give a fuck, throw them all in the basket. Yahweh, Jesus, Krishna, fucking Inky, Enlil, all of them. All these motherfuckers come from it all ends up at one place. It all ends up to that one exit, and they have to realize, like, whoa, and so you can see how it doesn't resonate with certain motherfuckers, because it's like they don't they don't understand, which leads them to a fearful non-belief status, or maybe they deliberately cause to derail motherfuckers, and they do understand, which makes them a part of the system, which makes them a part of the illusion that's being projected on you. You got to remind yourself, at the beginning of this live stream, I came in hot. I came in real heavy, straight down the pipe. And you analyze what I came in with, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like you're not out of your mind because you can remote view. You're not out of your mind because you're able to remember your dreams, and some motherfuckers say that you're pseudo. You're not out of your mind when you start to resonate and engage with who you truly are. That's what they don't want you to do. Even, you know what I mean? They want to give us everything. And the reason why I said all that is because even when it comes to the American Indians, whether Negro or however the case may be, it's all an illusion. They set so much shit up at the beginning that somebody can ask you some probing questions about these reparations and everything you standing on, and you're just not gonna like it. You're gonna fall back on being naive. You're gonna fall back on being a prick. That's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're gonna do. Because no matter what, if I asked you, Indian, right, where'd your grandmama come from, and where her grandmama come from, and where her grandmama come from, what are you gonna tell me? It doesn't matter what Indian tribe, or it doesn't matter what tribe you from. You know what I mean? Whatever tribe you from, let us know where'd you come from. I don't want to hear right here. So you're trying to tell me that you just you haven't followed your lineage long enough to realize, like, what story or what journal you're supposed to tell your future generation? Are you telling me that your great grandmother is Eve herself? But you don't believe in that either. So that's what I'm pointing. That when you start to realize that this great illusion lets us know that what we consider a simulation is actually remnants of war, prisoners of war, things like that. We'll start to realize who we really are and where you really come from. Where you really come from. Fighting for how can you fight for reparations when something already belongs to you? That's like me beating your ass, taking what belongs to you and not giving it back. But yet you want to give me something else to give back to you what I took from the first place. That's asinine. I yield.
Wow, Dojo on one this morning.
Damn right. Talk your shit, Dojo.
Yep. And the thing about all this stuff about us as the HOTC, we never folded for the system. We have never folded, and that's what it's all about. It's all about not letting it get you, because that's all it's trying to do. Like, even with these people, when they do something great, they get endorsed, and then they start getting this money, and then they want to change everything that they ever was thinking. They want to become a part of all the other stuff. We have never become a part. All of our lives, we have stood firm on our mentality, our belief systems, or our knowing.
Damn right.
And so at this point, it ain't no turning back. If we unstoppable.
And unbeatable. Definitely.
Damn right. We untouchable.
And anybody who would come against the truth, to me, is something wrong with you. If you're not on this level. If you come against this truth, and that's just it.
Because they haven't died yet, or they're not willing to die. The only way somebody gonna come against an HOTC member speaking truth is because they haven't died yet, or they're not willing to die. I die every day, every morning, even right when I open my eyes. You know what I mean? Seriously and literally, you have to die to yourself. You understand, to really begin to understand who the hell you are. Some people consider that being isolated so long to yourself that you only have yourself to hold on to. You only have, you know what I mean, source. Some say God, some say you can, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Isolation isn't it's a near death experience, but you literally have to come to grips that what is your mind projecting to you? You know what I'm saying? And what are you comfortable with? You have to get comfortable with afterlife as it's before life. You see what I'm saying? When you understand what before life is, you realize what afterlife really is going to be. You know what I mean? What's in the middle is the illusion. What's in the middle is the test. What's in the middle is the time. What's in the middle is all that stuff. We can go on forever for what the middle is. You know what I mean? But what's the beginning and what's the end? What's the before and what's the after? You know, that's the reason why I don't really resonate with a lot of folks. Is because, like, if I gotta fake, or if I gotta, like, you know what I mean, if I gotta go low, it's not for me. It's not for me. You know what I mean? It's definitely saying that I can't resonate with lowliness. No, I can do that. I can do that. It's just that I've completed that. You know what I mean? That's what shadow work is. Anytime something is considered work, don't you realize that's something that's considered a discipline? Meaning, you know what I'm saying? Self-discipline will get you where you need to be. But it has to come through you. It has to come through not judging, not being judgmental, because then when you're judgmental, you're holding yourself back. When you derail, right? There's other motherfuckers who need to hear the word. There's other people who need to hear the messages. But when you come in throwing monkey wrenches to derail, right? And we discern you did that deliberately, that's when the battlefield starts. And see me, right? I'm the type of person, like, I'll give you a warning and then I'm gonna match that energy. That's why I'm powerful enough to stay away, because I'm gonna match the energy. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm gonna play and turn the cheek. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? And so since I'm so aware of that, that means that, guess what? Yeah, you're right. I get to pick and choose my own battles. Don't matter who I'm battling. I pick and choose them. You know what I mean? Some of y'all walking around stepping in shit everywhere you go. You're just stepping in shit everywhere you go, right? You need to fall back to yourself and starts to take every step with intention. Your intent for every movement is already written. Ain't nothing. There's no coincidences. That means that if you're
Facts.
stressing on this and if you're stressing on that, or you're scared to move this way, or you accidentally make the wrong, there's no coincidence, none whatsoever. So do
That's
everything with
that's
intent.
that's Moore's law. Anything that can happen will happen. Yeah.
And that's why I say that, my biggest competition is myself. It's the battle with your shadow that you're dealing with every day of your life. You have to do these things in order to be on a level of ascension that we are on. We had to go back and forth with our own selves.
Facts.
What a true battle is, it's not about what's outside of you. It's not about what everybody else is doing. It's about you looking at yourself for real. And when you can do that, then you can ascend. Then you can do everything else you want to do.
Facts. There's
Even
an
enjoy
old
ourselves.
saying, in oneself lies the whole world. And if you knew how to look, learn, the door is there and the key is in your hand. Nobody on earth can give you either the key nor the door to open it except yourself. You know? So everything you need is within yourself.
Yeah, we've been saying that forever.
For real. Just remember that, y'all. For real.
We've been saying that forever, man. Shout out to J Mine. What it do, boo? Big O is in the building. We got Cosmic Puzzle. Who else? We got Quentin Emerson, 7 grams.
7 grams in the building.
7 grams in the building. Salute to the 7G.
Mind's Eye up in here. And we even had the one and only Decoded Memories up in the building.
Shout
That
out
was
to the great
Shout
brother.
out.
he hit
Decoded
the chat.
Memories. Mind's Eye. M.E. I am me. Shout out to all the great ones, man.
And that's another thing. We've come a long way, actually. And when you look at the videos that Decoded Memory has been dropping, you could just see everything that we saying in this. It's like everything that we all say. It's all right there. So there's no reason for anyone to be confused around here. If it's meant for them to know, they'll know. And if not, then they just not going. And that's why we got a lot of haters, people mad at us because they can't come. They're not coming.
Facts.
And they made a choice to still be an ego. And so if you do that, if you let ego keep conducting your life, then you will get stuck.
Which is also you. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
ego is also you.
it's all you.
Yeah. You like, turn that motherfucker into a griffin and get on the back of it. You have to you have to be able to and shout out to Decoded Memories, man. He's in his fullest element. He's in his fullest element, and that's where, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I mean by being whole. You know what I mean? It's like it don't matter. None of this stuff matters. The points, the numbers, the letters, the you know what I'm saying? None of it matters. What matters the most is that you have a chance to be whole, literally whole. You know what I mean? And we'll be able to enjoy everybody's company. People feel like the way HOTC start talking and when we do these panels that there's no fun in it. We're not laughing. Those times come, but everything ain't a joke. Everything is not a joke. And when you're dealing with grown folks, right? Where like I just showed you, go to the beginning when we first start this live stream. I came in hot. You know what I'm saying? Each one of you is a radius, meaning that you're your own reality. And when the sister was on here from a few panels from a few live streams ago, and I showed her that the moon was over here, and she was over there in England, showing that the sun and moon was over there, that right there let me know the truth. That not only are you in your own reality, but you have your own sun. your own moon, your own stars, your reality, which is your radius, is being conducted as an illusion upon you. We're not sharing nothing. But yet at the same time, the unity is there. The wholeness of primal source is there. It really is. But the illusion has been interrupted. It's been interrupted to give us the illusion because their illusion has no source. We must generate our own illusion because that's what is happening in the first place. That's what's happening in the first place. It's just the fact that we gave the reins to somebody else, and they've gave us these constructs. But shout out to the great brothers and sisters, man, because it's like it's real deep right now. It's real deep, and some of us we dread to be surface dwellers. We're not going to stay on the surface, even though it's fun up there, even though it's fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nah, it's not going to happen. And so it's like when you derail, and I use that word 3 or 4 times this live stream because it's important to understand that. Notice those who derail deliberately. If they deliberately became a distraction, it's like, who wrote that program? Meaning like who wrote you? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you don't know who you are. So who wrote you into the program? You know what I mean? This illusion is running on programs, and the programs are being powered by systems. And the systems need participants, which is us. You see what I'm saying? It's not past time. The time has already came and gone, but it's happening right now. And so when they tell us that light's traveling 1,000,000 miles an hour, all that stuff it's really not happening the way it's being consciously aware at these moments. You know what I'm saying? Some will tell you that is these things happening, but I'm not paying attention to them. That's a possibility that it isn't. You know what I mean? But yet, as soon as you ask that question, you're perceiving that attention. You know what I'm saying? So now it is happening. It's like they want to interrupt you. When we allow them to interrupt us, we reaching for straws, man. We're really reaching for straws. I'm supposed to fall back for a second, man, so I can get myself completely up. But yeah, the morning live streams were meaning that KU's morning would be a lot earlier for Pacific time, so it'll still be like 5 or 6 in the morning over here, or maybe even 4 in the morning. It don't matter. KU be rocking.
I mean, like this time right here is not too decent, but I do need to lay my ass down because I got to get some sleep. But this could really definitely be a good time because it's a good peak time.
Yeah, I think we when did we start talking? Let's look back. Let's go back into the archives real quick. It was 7:46 is when I first said something about. So it is now 9. That wasn't too bad. We was like, forget it. We should be live instead of texting this shit.
Yeah, and talking. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
But yeah, I'm gonna fall back with KU so I can get away because I can literally get myself completely up. I really feel like this ignited something, definitely. So they ain't gonna never see the trio not being a total trinity. That's exactly where it works. We are one. We unify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and this is what it is.
Well, you see one, you gonna see the other two. Believe that.
If not, then we in the bushes with the bow and arrow on you. You know what I'm saying? It's really that simple.
Facts.
Yep, we don't have to stay live that long if y'all don't want to. I mean, if everybody got something to do, we said what we had to say. I feel that's good enough. You know what I mean? We don't have to be here for a long time. As long as we get what we wanted to get done. So at this moment, I feel we can just close out.
Facts.
I agree.
So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is, and we want y'all to keep tuning in. We know we've been quiet for a minute, and it's only because we all been busy. And as you can see, KU had a change in schedule. So now we figured it out, and we'll be back. And y'all know what we want y'all to do. Love yourself. Most of all, first and foremost, raise your vibration and stay on the frequency. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
I hear voices in the rain calling out my name. They say get out, but I'm deep in the game. I got blood on my Nikes, tears in my chain. And I pray for peace, but I'm stuck in pain. Voices in my head, I can't tell who to trust. Had a homie turn fed, made the whole block hush. Mama said pray, I was loading the clip. Devil at the door, God ain't answering shit. Too many funerals, I lost count. Got used to losing, so I don't even pout. Tryna ball, but the